million passwords has been exposed, and the companies that are actually involved are companies that you wouldn't think would fall prey
Mm.
to anything like that. And he's talking about Netflix. We know Netflix would, because Netflix been hit before, but then Facebook, Apple, and Google. That's a surprise to me that Google, Apple, and Facebook. I mean Google. Yeah, because they're tech giants, aren't they? But then
Mm.
Facebook and Apple. Apple, I know they're really big on security, but to say that they've been hit by a massive login and password data leak, are we safe? Are our details safe, bro? What do you make of that?
Well, it makes you wonder. I think these leaks do occur sometimes, don't they? I
Yeah,
actually had an email this morning. I can't remember which of the platforms it was from,
yeah.
but because I haven't really had time to look at it, but it just said along the lines, "Are you sure your password is safe?
Mm.
Please read below for how we recommend you make a very strong password." Well, I kind of just glanced at that and I thought, well, I'm pretty confident in my passwords. Yeah, but clearly there is a risk, and I know Marks and Spencers has had a very difficult time, and I think I believe they've traced the perpetrator of that,
Yeah.
somebody in this country. But quite what I suppose a serious crime syndicate could benefit to all sorts of levels, money wise, from
Yeah.
gaining passwords, but one or two individuals, I'm not sure. I mean, I probably don't know enough about it to really comment, but yeah, I certainly recommend anybody's passwords to be as safe as possible, but within reason, because so I keep a book of all my passwords because they tend
Right.
to be largely different passwords. I've got
Right.
one or two which kind of cover a few things, but if for some reason I haven't made a note in my book when I've changed a password, then it can become quite difficult. So I try to have passwords which are sensible, safe, but not sort of as long as it can possibly be, because you'll trip yourself up in the end with that. But yeah, I mean, it's up to the companies, isn't it, to safeguard us as their customers, really. Same as banks, they've got to look after the security side of their operations for the same reason.
Oh, absolutely, because there's a lot involved in it. Isn't it? There's our personal lives these days where we post things about our personal lives online, whether knowingly or unknowingly. We do post pictures of our kids, so partners and friends. We tag friends. We go to occasions and then we post pictures of them online. I mean, for all that to be at risk, it's really massive,
Mm.
isn't it? I mean, just something that I would just like to throw out there for our listeners is that there's something called an authenticator. So what it does is it provides like an extra layer of security for
Right.
your emails, and you have to download this authenticator app. And what it does is every 30 seconds it would generate a new 6 digits for you to use on, say for instance, you're about to log into your email.
Mm.
You're able to get your password correctly, input your password correctly, and then it logs you in, and then it says,
Surface.
and then it logs you in, and then it says, you know, enter the 6 digit from your authenticator. Now, what that does is, if you go onto the app, the authenticator app, and there's a
Mm.
there's a timed 6 digits, and it's counting down. So it's
Right.
counting down, and as soon as it counts down to 30 seconds, it'll generate another one. And I think that's, that's a really good one. So I'd
Yeah.
recommend that for
Useful.
anyone, yeah, to
Yeah.
have as a backup. um because there's no way that these criminals can get
Mm.
a hold of these digits if it keeps changing like that.
No. No.
Yeah, but then another thing is they have a way of tricking people to then lock them in lock them in yourself.
Well,
It's
yeah.
happened to,
Yeah, they
yeah,
do.
yeah, it's happened to a
Well,
few friends.
they get more sophisticated, don't they? And
They
we all
do,
believe we're on the lookout for any scam.
yeah.
I certainly like to think I am, but then occasionally I think, is this true? Is it real? And I sort of talk to somebody about it, and they say no, it's a scam. So I tend to be very cynical of anything that doesn't sound plausible, and to the
Yeah.
point that I probably send away people who might want to offer me something nice. But yeah, you've got to be very careful now. Very
It
careful.
is. It is. Yeah. I think this is one of the occasions where these rule of if it's too good to be true,
Yeah,
it probably is.
probably
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
So I just use that as a sort of like a protection for myself as well. I read it and I
yeah,
think, right, if this is too good to be true, probably is. So, if I'm missing out, I mean, if something is urgent, or if somebody really, really wants to, involve you in a profitable venture, they'll keep trying, won't they? They won't
yeah,
just,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Oh,
but
yeah,
anyway, so would the scammers.
absolutely.
It's a catch-22. All right, yeah. So the next one is Elon Musk and his a
Yep.
SpaceX Starship launch. So he launched this SpaceX Starship, and and it said that it's the third explosion that is had. Do you know
Oh,
of any
wow.
others? Do you know of any other explosions?
When was
I,
this latest one? I did recently, was
this
it?
Yeah, this was yesterday. So in the
Oh,
metro,
wow.
yes. Yeah, so in the metro yesterday, apparently, it's a third explosion of the SpaceX launch. And the only difference with this is this time